This is the first video in a series where I'm going to try to explain my understandings of the universe through sculpture. I've written a paper on this, which I plan to publish probably late March on Twitter. So I'll start off with unity, duality, and the Trinity. So duality is commonly conceptualized as black and white, half and half, yin and yang, but I feel that it's more easily accessible if you consider it to be a coin. One side, which is like complete inertia, absolute zero, nothingness, anything that you project upon it instantly is not, because it cannot be projected upon. The other side would be equivalent to absolute entropy, all options taken at all possible times, which too creates a stable canvas upon which we can project things. And in this way, the two sides of the coin are inert and they function as one. And so there you get a simple idea of the illusion of unity. Now, if you wanted to look at this through a Hindu lens, you could say that the reflective side, the white side, because white is reflective, is like Brahma, the creator. The black side is like Shiva, the destroyer. And then this infinitely thin ridge that runs between the two oppositional forces is the preserver, Vishnu. And these two oppositional forces pushing and pulling together create a centrifugal force which keeps the coin turning in a stable motion, stable entropy. I don't know what centrifugal and centripetal really mean. I've never taken a physics class, but I know that they're relevant to circular objects and motion. So in terms of simulation theory, we could call this base reality. It is the most boring game of watching a coin that never falls, but it's stable enough to continue on forever. Now, through mental simulation, we could say that the coin pauses, and for reference in my future videos or past videos, this would be a moment of truth where you get a whole picture of what's going on, but this too is an illusion. And then the coin falls, and upon falling, it's as if the coin never had two faces. But as the observer, we can tell that it is separate, that it is an other. And in this way, it becomes admirable. Now, sometimes this is called nature, and why we are so bewildered by the concept of nature or divinity. But just like, I think it was Moses, he could only see the back of God and not the whole thing because it would be too great for his understanding. But just as this coin has fallen, we now know that there is a object and subject. And I, as the observer, could be the next domino coin to fall, and this too creates another stable duality. In Kabbalist traditions, it's said that ascension through the tree of life is just an illusion and will never leave the bottom sphere of Malkuth, which can be represented by the coin, the kingdom. And we're forever trapped in this duality. But I suspect if we were to pause the coin in motion and the two sides were equally balanced, then there would be no tipping of the coin. And the motion has stopped, but because the two faces are really one, then the game ceases to exist. So in that way, it's over. Now, through a Christian lens, you could consider this vein of continuity to be synonymous with Jesus, to walking with Jesus, living in the light, being enlightened. And then the moment at which it pauses and the two become one, that would be like the Son returning to the Father. And then maybe if the game ceases to exist altogether, that would be the Holy Spirit. But I really am not familiar with what the Holy Spirit is. I haven't gotten that far in the Bible yet. And those are just some quick ideas on unity, duality, and Trinity.